Hey guys, it's time for another book review. Okay, I haven't done one of these in a while. This week's book is Crushing It by Gary Vaynerchuk. I'm sure some of you have heard of him. He goes kind of by Gary V on all his social media. The subtitle is How Great Entrepreneurs Build Their Business and Influence, and How You Can Too. And normally, I don't read a ton of these like businessy books. They're kind of business slash motivational because I'm not a businessman. But I do like Gary Vee. I've watched a lot of his videos. My dad's all about him, and I follow him on social media. I like his stuff. He's smart. He's not a comedian, but he's funny, and he's motivational. And he's foul, which I don't know. Don't really love. Don't really hate. It's just how the guy talks, and he's unfiltered, which I do like. But anyways, like I said, I feel like I don't read business books because I'm not a businessman. I'm not an entrepreneur. However, I kind of need to be and want to be. I don't want to start like a traditional business where I like sell shoes or house cleaning products. But I feel like these days, no matter what you're doing, I feel like it's relevant and important to build a personal brand in some capacity. And that's a lot about what the book's about. And so for me, I'm a writer and I want to start doing other things, these videos. I want to start a podcast. I want to start monetizing my talents, basically. And the whole book is basically how to do that through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, podcasting, and a few other things. And so, how would I rate the book on a scale of 1 to 100? If you saw my last book review, I showed you my specific scale, and I haven't done this yet for this book. Because this book's kind of different. You don't really read it for, I read a lot of books for pleasure and entertainment and for literary goodness. And this book isn't really like that. It's more like listening to an audiobook or a how-to book or an instructional video. And a lot of the stuff in here I already know. I'm not a social media dummy, but a lot of it kind of explains it better, gives real life examples, and then is just another good, swift kick in the tuchus. Because so many of us know what to do, know how to do it. It's on our to-do list, our great, grand future to-do list, but we don't do it. And this book is really good, and Gary Vee is really good at just basically telling you you're being an idiot. And what I love, so much of his content, he's telling you to stop viewing his content, stop reading his books, and to go do what he's told you to do. So it's good. I feel like Gary Vee's a little bit of a polarizing dude because I feel like anyone that's in the spotlight enough can be rather polarizing, but some people are obsessed with him and kind of view him as a prophet or whatever. And it's like, for me, so many of these guys, that are motivational or business gurus or entrepreneurial experts or whatever, they all have good things to say, and they all have stuff that maybe doesn't apply great to you in your situation, or maybe doesn't really sit well with you and your personal philosophies, but you can certainly learn from all of these guys. And so that's what I tried to do when I read this. So I want to kind of just go over a couple things that stood out to me. First of all, I know you don't care, but I'm going to tell you anyways. Whenever I read a book especially a book that has chapters, I always cross off each chapter as I go. I don't know why it makes me feel like a sense of accomplishment as I go, especially if it's a really big book. It kind of helps break it up a little bit for me. It's completely psychosomatic, right? Doesn't really do much for you, but it's something I like to do. Let's see. Okay, here's a good line in the very beginning. It's very simple. He says, I'm working more than ever. I'm having more of an impact than ever. I'm happier than ever. And that really resonated with me a lot because it's so simple. And I'm sure a lot of us have thought a similar thought, when you're super busy or you're accomplishing a lot, you're making an impact, you feel really happy. But he kind of places it out there so simply and says, basically because I'm working more than ever, I'm impacting more than ever. And because I'm impacting more than ever, I'm happier than ever. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, here's another cool thing. It says, now it's everyone else's turn to learn how to get paid to do something they're going to do for free anyways. So I really like that because I know a lot of people think, people in the arts, people that are doing kind of obscure business ventures, a lot of people think they're dumb or that it's a waste of money or whatever, because, they're doing what they love. But it's like we all have things we love. And in this day and age, there's a way to monetize that if you want to, and if you're smart about it. And there's actually a way to make just about anything that you're interested in your career. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm still sharpening out the edges, but, I love books. I love reading. I love writing. I love talking. I love communicating with people. I love people. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get paid doing stuff that I'm going to do anyways. I'm going to write books till the day I die. I'm going to make videos till the day I die. And hopefully I'll start podcasting until the day I die. So I might as well get paid, right? Otherwise, I'm not going to eat very often. So let's find a few other things. I want to wrap this up. Don't want to be too long, but let's see. I'm basically just skimming for some things I underlined that were especially salient. So I finished it today, so there's a couple things I remember that I really liked. Oh, this was nice. I even put a star by it. Okay, so that's special. He says in his conclusion, we should care desperately about everything, yet not care at all what anyone else thinks. Now, let's just chew on that little tidbit for a second. Definitely easier said than done, as is all this instructional stuff. But let's hear it again. We should care desperately about everything, yet not care at all what anyone else thinks. I want to try to do that. And hopefully others are interested in doing that too, because I think it's very valuable advice. What else? Now, as you're watching this video, hopefully you're thinking about things that you're passionate about and, maybe creative projects that you wanted to pursue and haven't felt the proper motivation or the proper avenue to do that. This book doesn't blueprint everything for you, but it kind of shows you that there's a way if you want it bad enough. And, at times I was reading certain chapters, because he breaks it up. The last part, talking about different, social media platforms and pillars. He has a whole chapter on Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, podcasts. And I remember thinking, I feel like these chapters could be a lot longer. Like he could go into immense detail about some of these things, and it would benefit you even more. And I think he does on his website, and of course he does on his videos. So, the information's out there. If you want to put out content, if you want to, make money doing whatever it is that you like to do, it's possible. So you might as well try to do it. And it doesn't mean you have to quit your job tomorrow. It doesn't mean you have to blow your savings on fancy camera equipment or whatever. But there's a path these days, which is really cool. It's really exciting, actually. Can't you see my excited face? I'm excited. Anyways, I'm going to wrap it up, but shout out to Gary V, GV himself. Like I said, I've watched a lot of his videos, and, I have a decent social media presence, but I'm trying to grow that. And I know people get made fun of when they're focusing on their social media because people think you're just vain and you care too much about what people think. But if you want to build a personal brand for whatever it is, for me, my books, my content, or whatever, you got to have a social media presence. You can't be a ghost. So you can make fun of those people all you want. And some of them are vain. Some of them do care too much about what people think. Too much about the trends of the world and keeping up with the Joneses. But yeah, a lot of these people are movers and shakers. And just because they spend 30 minutes thinking about a caption for their Instagram doesn't make them a bad person. But try to be a little more clever than that. Try to be a little more quicker than that. Yeah, so my main takeaway from this, because like I said, none of this was groundbreaking information for me. A lot of it was good reminders, good motivation. But what I gathered most from this is it's time to stop being a schmuck and start my podcast. Okay, I've wanted to do this for so long. I have a million stupid reasons why I haven't started. And a lot of it is just fear of getting it right. You don't want to start something and have it be mediocre and crappy and you get bad reviews, you get bad whatever. But you just have to start and learn as you go. So that's what I'm going to do. Look for my podcast ASAP. That's not the name of it, but look for it soon because it'll be there. And yeah, hopefully I'll be doing more of these book reviews. I like to do one about once a week or every 2 weeks. I've been slacking lately, but go check out this book, Crushing It. It's actually, what's funny, it's the sequel to one of his first books is just called Crush It. And so he just added an ing. So yeah, good move. Save down letters, add an ing. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking this out. My YouTube channel is a little bit all over the place. So if you don't like book reviews or don't care about books I'm reading, I got other junk for you. I got some funny videos where I talk about random stuff that bugs me or words I don't like. And then I post videos about spike ball because I play spike ball semi-professionally because I'm a weirdo. But I want to put out more weird content for you. So let me know if there's stuff you want to hear about, if there's books you want me to read, if there's stuff you want me to pontificate on. I'm happy to do it. So hit me up, like, subscribe, whatever, or don't. I don't care. But I do care. So love you guys. Check you later.